sec. Just bear with me. If you join early, welcome to the stream. And just go right here. Alright, so I got it. It's on the page. I'm just not going to put it on like the main part. Like I'll put it in the sub post, because every time I post something on the page it gets taken down. So I'm also in the Madden NFL defense group, guys. So if y'all can't reach out to me on here, if y'all definitely join that group with Gaming Authority, I am in that group. I'm also known as David. If you reach out to the Gaming Authority channel and you ever hear John Prado say something about David, I'm usually the guy he'll go to for specific tips or whatnot. But as the years progress, a lot of people kind of catered towards using the 3-4 defenses, but I've kind of stuck strong throughout the year, and I kind of stick to what my team is built for. And over the course of the year, you know, I've gotten better and better and better. You know, I start off a little rough. You know, I might pick like 2 or 3 plays that I'm comfortable with and kind of use that as a base to run my defense off of. But as the year goes on, you kind of got to adjust to the new stuff that people like to add to their, you know, to their type of offenses and stuff like that. So you start seeing various things and exploits people try to take advantage of. So what I have been able to do is minimize the amount of deep one-play touchdowns that used to kill me by staying in a base off defense too much without user adjusting. So let's kind of get into it. I know I'm talking a lot. For the most part, I use the 4-3 over. Okay, that's going to be the basis of what I'm using. Now, certain formations, I might go wide 9, I might go under, I might go over plus, or I might go normal. But for the most part, I'm going to stay in my 4-3 over. Now, what's intriguing about this is the types of pressures that you can get. So I'm going to start showing you how to defend the pass, and I'm going to kind of combine a bunch of videos that I combine, you know, that I used to do. And I'm going to combine them into one, and I'm going to teach you run defense, and I'm going to teach you pass defense. Okay? So you will be able to use this against multiple sets, against the run and against the pass, but also, you know, it's going to make you more versatile. So one of the main things that I like to do, I'm going to start by showing you like your money blitz. Your money blitz is going to be your Mike Will blitz. Okay, and usually you want to kind of set it up. Now usually this is going to work against tight sets, bunch tight end, bunch tight slots. Sometimes it can work against tray wide flex, and I'm going to show y'all the different types of adjustments that I will do. Not really towards, you know, what a user is going to do, but more garnished towards what they are capable of doing in certain offenses. So we're going to start with a couple of popular formations. We'll go like tight slots. Okay, and let me kind of find a play that people like to use, because I know the CPU is just going to kind of do what they want to do. Now, anytime I'm up against a tight formation, usually what you want to do, now for the most part, the other tight formations that you see in the game, the running back is going to be on the opposite side. Okay, so we can actually flip this, because this is going to give us the advantage. You want to make sure that the linebacker that's coming off the edge is on the opposite side of the running back. Now what that's going to do is, even if they ID the Mike, they're not going to be able to pick that edge blitz up, okay? So the only thing you really need to do for the front seven is you need to take your D-line and you need to crash them towards the side where the outside linebacker is set on the edge, okay? So that's the first thing you're going to do, is that right there, okay? The next thing that I like to do is I like to set my coverages up, because man coverage is going to get toast in tight sets, okay? You don't want to get toast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and protect myself deep by putting both safeties in quarters, and I'm going to protect the sidelines by putting both cornerbacks in soft squats, okay? And then I'm going to take my user, which is be the linebacker that's in man, and I'm going to put him in a hook, okay? Now I'm going to also explain something too. If you're familiar with your team player stats, notice everyone has a man coverage rating and has a zone coverage rating, okay? Your user, you need to put him in the assignment that's his best adjustment. Like if he's a better man coverage guy, put him in man. If his zone is better, put him in zone. And what that's going to do is going to kind of affect how your user is being handled. You know, sometimes the CPU will affect, you know, you in certain animations, okay? If you, now the beauty of playing man coverage is it'll have a play rec icon, you know, for the options that you can user to without getting affected. Like if I'm going deep, and let's say I'm in man coverage, if I'm, you know, trying to defend the route deep, wherever I'm at on the field, it'll show me who I need to be covering. Like it'll be like a little purple line or something, or a little white line while the play's in action, and it'll show you the 2 or 3 options that you can actually defend, you know, and that's going to help you from getting sucked into animations. All right, so now if zone is your thing, you know, put him in zone. It's going to help him, you know, get interceptions a lot more, okay? So we'll just kind of just show it to you as is, and what it should do is the outside edge, you know, gets pressure and you won't really get beat too bad on the outside, okay? So if they're quick passing, you know, you want to kind of keep them from quick scoring, okay? That's really the main goal. Eventually they're just going to get tired of trying to dink and dunk, dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You know, it's Madden, people want to score touchdowns. Eventually they're going to try to go deep. If they try to go deep against this defense, one or two things are going to happen. If it's down the middle, it's going to get picked. If they're trying to do a deep sideline route, 10, 15 yards, it's going to get picked by those soft squats. Okay, you should be able to handle the middle and then just pass commit, and it'll definitely help the edge get through. But he's not really going to beat you deep on the outside, even if they're quick passing, okay? And then just kind of freeze it up just a little bit, just so that y'all can see. Anytime you're going up against a computer, they're going to quick pass it, especially if they're already beat off the edge. See, a human opponent's not going to make that read that fast enough, okay? So I'm just going to show it to you. That's going to be your money blitz. I'm going to show you against various formations, and I'm going to show you how to set it up against various formations. Another formation that I like to use this against is just bear with me, Trey Y flex. Just find something, some type of crosser. And no problem, man. I'm trying to reach out to people. Same thing. Wherever the running back is, like if you're in Trey Y flex and you're using this blitz, remember, man coverage is going to get toast. So you need to make your adjustments, all right? So the first thing that you're going to do is crash towards the side that the edge linebacker is. Take your D-line and slant to the side, okay, to the right. Now what I'm going to do is I need to protect myself. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this linebacker and I'm going to put him in a curl flat. Now what this is going to do, if that running back goes out to the flat, he's going to cover him. All right, you can take your user and put him on that guy and press him if you think you need to. And for the most part, we're going to go inside third, curl flat, deep half. Okay, we'll pretty much cover everything like that, and then we can just user this guy, and if there's anything that comes across the middle, we can definitely watch those routes with this guy over here. Okay, so I'm going to show you this press technique that I've been working on. So as soon as he hikes it, just keep jamming down, jam down, jam down, just keep flipping the stick down. Now sometimes you're not really going to get it, but he's not going to get a lot of yards. All right, because that's a DB. Let me just kind of show you again. Go inside third, deep half, and a curl over there on that side of the field. Curl over here. Then just kind of user this guy. You can user inside press and just pass commit. Look at there. There's you jammed the tight end. You see how I did that? It takes practice, guys, but it's not as hard as it looks. Okay, if there's someone that's giving you problems, all you got to do is just get on the inside of them and bam, bam, jam. Just keep clicking the stick down. You know, you might get beat, but it's gonna take that free release away. All right, that's a tight end. That is a good tight end, and I just pressed him with a corner that's a lot smaller than it. Okay, so let's kind of just look at how the blitz set up. It's an easy front seven blitz because it's almost always going to free up the edge. Okay, almost always. And the coverages that we set up down the field is basically going to take away those quick pass reads. See how everything's covered? If he would have tried to jump over there, I could have jumped with this guy. Okay, so everything was pretty much covered. I'm gonna show you another formation, and then like I said, I'm gonna go over each one. I'm gonna go over the cover 2, the cover 3, and all that for you guys. Okay, so I'm just showing you this Mike blitz against every formation that it works against. Just bear with me. Trey Y flex. It'll work against double stacks. People don't really use it. It works against spread. You can go like random play. Only thing about using random play is that they'll start using those screens. Alright, so the same thing is you want to make sure that your edge linebacker is on the opposite side of the running back. Now, eventually people are going to catch on and they're going to start motioning the running back over. When they do that, just flip your play, bro. They're not going to have enough time to reset all their offensive adjustments. If they quick hike it, they're going to set all their protection up to that left side, and you done flip the play to the right side, and you know they're not going to have enough time to make all those adjustments again. They're either going to take the flag or they're going to take the sack. All right, but for right now, we're just going to go over the adjustments that I do. Okay, now usually if they're out like this, if I got a deep quarter on the field, I can be comfortable enough to like have a cloud or a soft squat on the field. For the sake of this, I'm just going to do soft squats, or just go deep half over there with that, and then just user him. Okay, same thing. See, they always go with screen passes. If you go random play, hopefully he won't call it this time. All right. Soft squats. See, I like the curl flat right here. Curl flat with deep half, that's a good combo. But like I said, they're not getting any deep passes against it. He's going to quick pass, so all we're going to do is just adjust for the quick pass. Bring him down. And just do it like that. It's just different adjustments, you know, for various formations. But y'all see, you know, how fast it's getting through. Don't mind that the CPU is kind of cheating me here, but it happens. Just gotta make do and adjust. Let's try to make adjustments. Yeah, all right. See, now against a human opponent, you know, you're gonna have a lot more success. Um, let's see, what else did I use it against? I think it was like one more formation. It's usually any gun you can use it, but you got to be fast with your quick adjust because you don't want man coverage. If you're in man coverage, they're gonna burn you. So you got to take all your DBs, your 4 adjustments, and your linebacker, and you got to put them in like a zone or user adjust, get them out of it. Okay. Tight doubles. This is another formation people use. I'm just trying to find a play people might use. Alright, so it should look like that. And then crash towards the side that the linebackers on. You could pass commit and take your user, put them in a zone. There you go. See, I'm not going to do this like most people do. Use 2 sticks and then just have the other guy just sitting dummy and it looks like it's getting through when it's really not because there's no one operating them. Alright, so let's just try it again. And there you go. Okay, so now y'all might be asking, what do y'all do if he's gonna roll out? Okay, I know probably a lot of y'all be trying to do some of these blitzes against like the Chiefs, and you're playing someone that knows how to do those motion height blocks, and they have protection, and you're not, you know, you feel like your pressure is not getting through, and then they have like Mahomes or Jackson or whoever got the escape artist, and they're getting the fuck away from you, and you're like, fuck. Okay, you're like, well, what's my adjustments against that shit? Okay. Now what you would do against that is you would spread the line, crash out, pinch your linebackers in, and contain. Okay, if they're doing that, still take your adjustments with the and then just take your user, put him in a spy, and you might have to user one of these safeties. So your defense would look like that against people that try to roll outside the pocket. Carr's not really going to roll outside the pocket when I play against him. So just thought y'all should know that. I shouldn't need to contain against him. And just play it like that. Let's see. I always put these DBs in soft squats. And I can just user him, it doesn't matter. Usually I don't contain unless it's somebody that's gonna try to roll out. But those soft squats, now what they're gonna do is they're gonna take the deep route usually, and then they'll jump down to the small routes. I would rather be comfortable giving up little 10-yard passes as opposed to somebody constantly getting bombs left and right. It gets fucking annoying when those games come down to 50 to 50 and it's basically whoever has the ball last is gonna win. So try to keep and minimize the drives. You know, if it takes them 3 or 4 minutes to score, you did your job. Okay, always remember that. If it takes them 3 to 4 minutes to score, you did your job. If they're scoring in 10 seconds or less, bro, like, you're not doing something right. So that goes over the man blitz. That's going to be your money blitz. Don't spam it. Okay, I'm not giving you these blitzes for you to just go out there and just spam them. No, people are going to catch on. You got to kind of pick your moments, you know, find your little moment where it opens up. Okay, now I'm going to go over to cover 2. You can use the cover 2 against a lot of these runs, but I'm going to show you run defense in a minute. I'm going to show you pass defense first. Usually I use the cover 2 when they're spread or they're empty. Alright, we'll start with a spread, and I'll just go random plate. Now he's probably going to call fucking screen, and you want to make sure, like I said, the same thing applies, but this time your edge setter is going to be the safety. So you're going to have to flip the play to where your linebacker that's coming into the backfield is on the same side as the running back. The next thing you want to do is you want to blitz the safety on the opposite side. Now there's 2 ways you can bring them down. Okay, The first way to bring him down, because you got soft squats on the outside, like if you're just going to stick with the soft squats and you know he's not throwing deep, what you're going to do is don't press. You're going to take your D line and you're going to move them to that side, and then you're going to take your linebackers and crash out. Now what that's going to do is that's going to bring that safety down. Okay? That's very, very important. The next thing I like to do is, because I'm going to be usering all this over here, more likely, I got to take this guy and put him in a deep zone. So he's either going to be at a deep half or outside quarter, depending on what I think he's going to do. Because I'm giving that side of the field up, I need to make sure it's covered. And since I'm defending over the top all the way over here, because this is my user, I can defend any deep pass 20 to 30 yards down the field by myself. And I can let these guys just chase their, receivers respectively. Trying to see what I can do here. Could probably just run it as is. And it's pretty good against those little inside zones too, like if they try to do inside zones. So I'm going to show you again. And this is not pressing. Like when you press it, it has a different alignment. I'm going to show you here in just a sec. You're going to blitz him. Take your D line, move him over, and spread your linebackers. Okay, it'll look like that. Put him in a deep half. Now I'm going to show you something. When you have those corners in deep halves, do not press them. Okay, because of how deep that zone is, he needs to have more awareness of where the ball is. So if you're going to put your corner in a deep half, what you're going to do is you're going to take an individual adjustment and you're going to back them off. Okay, that's going to be, and then if you're backing him off, I would strongly suggest putting a curl flat under him, and that way he can defend both of those routes, and then I can defend everything else over here. Okay, so it would look like this, and he's not really gonna get those throws off. We'll kind of go back in the instant replays just so that y'all can see what happened in the backfield. Someone's gonna get 3. Someone's gonna get free. You only got 5 guys blocking, I'm sending 6. Someone's gonna get free, and it's gonna get fast. You got to make a quick read, and it's got to be a premeditated read. Like if he's not running any short routes, if all his routes are going 5 yards or more, it's either going to be a sack or an interception or incomplete forced pass. Okay, so I'm going to show it one more time. Let me show you. I want to make sure that linebacker is on the running back side. Blitz that safety, put him in a deep half, and you got to be fast. You got to work on your speed. There we go. Sometimes, there you go. And there he goes. Boom. And that's why I like safeties that have the strip sack ability, because when they go in there and they got that strip ability, I wish I could show you from right here. It probably won't let me. No, it won't let you see abilities from right here. But if you go into the main menu and you go in your depth chart and you look at the players and you click the L3, they're going to have like hidden abilities. Now if they have those strip sack abilities and you're sending them, like even if they're not the best safety in the world, but if they got that ability and you're sending them constantly, they're going to eventually get that strip sack without you having the aggressive animation on. But that's one way to attack with the safety. I'm about to show you another way. Okay, now this way is a little bit more trickier because you got to be fast. All right, the next way is we take our D line and move them over and we crash out. Okay, it's going to be our A gap blitz. The next thing, because we're sending the safety, we got to put that corner on that side of the field in a deep half, and then we need to back him up. Okay, we can trust everything else will fall into place. If I'm not worried about that, I'll put him in a curl flat, and then just leave him in a deep half or a hook. It doesn't matter because we're going to turbo blitz him. Okay, so just pass commit, and the gap we're going to shoot is right through here. It's going to be wide open. If he blocks the running back, don't engage. Just back up. Okay? Usually, see if he blocks the running back, you can kind of just bait him. Now, against the CPU, sometimes they'll get the throw off a lot faster than what would normally be anticipated. Just bear with me. We'll do it like that. And you just want to turbo that gap. Just bear with me because it's on a random play, so sometimes it's gonna call a run play, which fucking sucks, but it is. There we go. If it's a pass play, we got it. Remember, if the running back blocks on that, just don't even do it. If the running back goes for a route, I'm trying to get a situation where the running back goes for a route, but random plays, it's not going to do that. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. That'll work. But y'all kind of get the concept. What we're doing is we're freeing that gap up for our user. Just kind of watch. The crash out separates the center and the guard and the tackle. Okay, so we cleared the lane to come through. Now sometimes if you want, you could probably just use a linebacker to come through there, or somebody that's, you know, definitely going to make the tackle. Let me just try this one more time. I'm probably going to stop using the autoplay crap, because they're always going to pick. He's always going to. There we go. There we go. Y'all see what? Fuck out of here. Game gonna cheat me in practice mode. Let me try that again. Put him in a deep half. Make sure you back him up, okay? They would call a run play. Yeah, I'm gonna take this auto play shit off. I try to leave it on so that I can kind of show y'all against different formations, but these motherfuckers, they intentionally pick plays that are designed to. I should go like random pass. Is there like a random pass? I don't want to see random play. I know there's a random pass, but I think that's different formations. Trying to show y'all something people would use. Here, let's just use Y option as our base play. Got to be fast with that user adjust, okay, guys? And there we go. That's what I was trying to get. Now, if they're like I said, if they're using the running back in the passing game a lot, that's going to be your go-to. Is doing it like that. You want to sit about 5 yards off. And if you can hit the dive tackle before, you know, he gets ready to throw his arm back, you're definitely going to get him. So I showed y'all against spread. I showed y'all against there's another formation I want to show you too. See, I can also show you there's a B gap as well. That was the A gap. Let me show you the B gap. Let's just try the same play. Blitzes are going to work against deep passes. So this side is we're going to do from the other side, okay? So we're going to take him and put him in a deep half. And you just got to be fast and memorize these adjustments, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to do this other blitz I used to do. Is you're going to take your D line, move them left, and you're going to move to the right and crash right. And this time you're going to take your safety and you're going to attack between the guard and the tackle. Okay, so we got your blitz that attacks the center and the guard, and now we got a blitz that's going to attack the guard and the tackle. Okay, and then we got the one that attacks on the outside. All right, so we're just going to sit him right here. Bam. Okay, y'all see what's happening? Now we can make an adjustment to, you know, cover the running back if we need to, but I'm just trying to show you guys. Make sure you back him off. Now if I need to, I could probably put him in an inside third and him in a deep half or outside quarter, like that. And then usually I'll contain on this one because I want to, the contain when you spread the linebackers out. Alright, I'm going to get to that in just a sec, Corey, okay? What the contain is going to do when you do this with the crash is that tackle is going to automatically kick out to the linebacker and it's going to free his gap up. That defensive tackle kicking into the center is going to bring that guard inside. So your user is going to be able to have a free shot between that little seam right there. You see what I mean? Okay. And these are very, you know, when you use these blitzes, you know, you want to kind of mix them in. You don't want to spam one blitz too much, because then people will start catching on to what you're doing. Okay, so you just want to make sure you have your adjustments on the outside. Usually I try to work my DBs first and then just do it like that, and then like I said, just come just like that, boom. Okay, so those are all the different ways to get pressure from the cover 2. Now I'll show you the cover 3 and then I'll show you cover 4. Alright, so go in here, and like I said, guys, do not spam. Try to find a play, usually against people that run like doubles. We'll go against the cover 3 beater and use a cover 3. I originally started that blitz out of the cover 3, but my issue was this guy has 2 assignments. He's either blitz or he's plays the zone. So my situation to counter that was to take him and put him in the curl flat and take him and put him in the inside third. Okay, that way this guy becomes basically free to do whatever the fuck he needs to do. Okay, so should be look like that. And that's the cover 3 version. Okay. A lot of the times also as well, instead of flipping your defense, just flip user adjust, flip your assignments, because sometimes someone will see you in a defense and then they'll start trying to hit you with beaters. Okay, so if I'm just like this and they're trying to run a cover 3 beater, what they're trying to do is they're trying to find out who the middle third is. Okay, if you manually come out in this defense, all right, as is, it's going to identify your middle third. You know, you're going to know the deep safety is the middle third. Now what you can do to confuse that aspect is you can change both safeties adjustments to kind of offset, you know, who the middle third is, and then you can set your blitz up like that. So he's going to assume, oh, that guy's in the middle third, I'm not going to throw a deep to that side, you know, or he's going to try to run a crosser or something, you know. So that's one way to run it, and then you could just user this guy, or if you want, you can kind of shut down his number 1 receiver if he's becoming a problem. And just kind of just run it, stop. Usually I like to play the linebacker. Now I could have got that, but oh, I still got it. Worley's not the fastest cornerback in the league, but you know, it is what it is. Usually I would actually want to flip this play. I'm going to run it like that. And then inside third. That's how you should run it, cover 3 against a doubles look. You want your slot guy in that inside third, because more often than not, that slot guy is going to be trying to run a deep post 9 times out of 10. And if you got your slot receiver in the inside slot corner inside that inside third, is basically going to be the best adjustment for you. And anything over the top, I'm going to basically user this guy. So if it is a run or whatever, I can basically engage without getting blocked. Just kind of run it. But it is what it is. I think that pretty much covers most of the setups. Like, you can do like some of the setups that I did in the cover 2 and the cover, you know, the blitz. You can do those out of the zone plays. Kind of show y'all, for instance. Now, one in particular is the cover 4 quarters. I'm going to show you. This one is unique because the guy that's supposed to be on the edge, if you pick this play, he's going to line up on the outside. And I'm going to show you why this is unique. Because even if you send him, what he's going to do is he's going to have a better angle. He's not going to get blocked. They're not going to basically expect him to come, you know, be that extra blitzer or whatever. So I'll just kind of show you real quick. See how he comes off like he's in the slot? So you can just adjust him to blitz, and you can take him to blitz like that. Alright, and then just bear with me. I normally want to make sure I got like a hook in there somewhere. There we go. Sometimes I'll run my cover 4 like that. And I'll just use it over the top. But the computer is always going to do the bullshit. But y'all kind of feel where I'm coming from. Like I said, if that becomes a problem, you can always just eliminate it. Process of elimination. Just go to the bluff blitz right there. Just go like, no, bluff blitz like that. And then just come. You try to take something away. We could probably run it like that. You know, it's just various ways to run things. There you go. I love those curl flats. When people start spamming those little quick out routes, man, make sure you got a little curl flat. Safeties play them a little bit better, and I'm going to show you about those curl flats in a run game here in a sec too. Alright. For the most part, that does cover like your main front sets. Your coverages will always be different depending on the types of formations you're going to go up against. Let me give y'all a few more, because not a lot of people out in the community are actually giving y'all 4-3 defenses. Like, everybody's 3-4 this, 3-4 that. So the least I can do is kind of give y'all a bunch of freebies against, you know, popular formations. So I'm gonna show y'all how to do the gun bunch. Let me kind of pick one that people like to run. Let's go verticals. Okay. Usually I'm gonna flip the play. Okay. And what that's gonna do is gonna force them either A, to block that tight end, or, you know, pay for it. Okay. So pretty much gonna be the same things here. Just make sure I got. I usually take him and put him in the outside quarter. I blitz that safety, and then I can go like curl flat with him. User everything over the top with him in the middle third, and then bring that safety down like that. Now, if I don't want to get beat, I'm gonna definitely make sure he's outside over there. It should look like that. And I can bring him down if I want to intercept any, you know, short passes or whatever. And just pass commit. And he's really ain't got nowhere to go. Now yeah, he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Now, if I'm expecting him to just keep using quarters, the vertical, I'm just going to put outside quarters on both sides. Let me put outside quarters, blitz him, inside third, and then just run it like that. And then I could probably do like a curl flat or something. You know, just kind of a little creative. Oh, I missed the hit stick. I tried to bait it. That's one thing I do need to work on. My aspect on the game is my hit stick connection. Like ever since they came out with that update, it kind of killed the game a little bit. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we see how he keeps getting beat. Now what you're going to do, this is another thing that a lot of people aren't telling you. Some of my best games against opponents that have good defenses, what they're doing is they're user moving their DBs, okay? It keeps them from getting manipulated by play flipping and motions. So you kind of explain this. What they're doing is they don't want to get beat on the outside, so they're going to go ahead and just move him out there. Okay, so he doesn't move if there's any motions or anything like that. He's going to sit there. Try to make sure it's right, and just like that. So that should work a lot better. You see how he was in better position? I'll probably need to put him in an outside third. Let me kind of see. Put him right there like that. Usually I'll just user him anyway. There we go. Okay. I know what I need to do here. I need to put him in that, put him in the outside third, and him in the hook. Hook or quarter. Go quarter. Outside third. Yeah, just like that. Just bear with me. But y'all get the drift, man. CPU, like when you beat them so many times, they're gonna... That's one thing I hate about practice mode. Can't get consistency for things to work. That's why I usually, after I do run these in practice mode, I'm gonna usually play a game and kind of go over some of the stuff against the actual user opponent. I've been in here for 40 minutes too, so yeah, they're probably gonna adjust a lot to what I'm doing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to the run defense because I see what's happening now. So we'll kind of go over some of the power runs that people like to do. We'll go over stretch runs, inside runs, and pretty much it. So we'll start with like the inside dives. Now, if you're playing zone to stop the run, okay, you're gonna have to baseline press. Now I know in the past I've, you know, damn near condemned using that. Do not use baseline press if they're passing the ball. Usually if they're in shotgun, don't do that, okay? Or if they got trips and trio sets, do not baseline press, okay? If you know they have the ability to pass out of a certain formation, do not baseline press, okay? because I'm going to explain how the alignments work and how which side gets which advantage. If you baseline press, you give the advantage to the offense for passing. But if you baseline press, you get the advantage for the defense not to get blocked, or you make it hard for the offense to block certain people. But there are things that the offense can do to block baseline press. So you got to know, hey, oh shit, he motioned him out, I need to get out of it, okay? So a lot of people don't explain this well enough. They just say, hey, baseline press, do this, blip, blip. No, like, pay attention to what you're doing, okay? I wish I had the time to sit down here and say, hey, this is when you're going to do it. Hey, you need to get out of it. You know, a lot of people don't do that. They'll come out, they'll do something, it's premeditated. Okay, don't become so premeditated on your defensive adjustments that you're not paying attention to what the offense is doing. Okay, so don't just come out and just automatically baseline press. You know, pay attention to the formation, get a key for what your opponent is doing before you decide, okay, this is what I need to do. Okay, usually on outside runs, I will baseline press. Inside runs, I do not. Okay, so if I know that they're not really doing that, I'll just play like cover one or whatever. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna play it like this. Okay. So now those are outside contains. Now usually what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna cover that gap because the inside run, I want him right here, so I'm not getting beat on the inside. And I don't blitz all your linebackers. Have one at least in a spy, because you don't want to crash them all and then the stupid shit happens. All right, what I mean by the stupid shit is two guys coming at the same gap. You don't have that many gaps to sit there and send like 8 people against 5 people, because what's going to happen is they're going to trip up over each other. I know y'all played games where y'all sitting there trying to chase a man down, and then your guys run into each other and they fall down, and then there you are raging like, what the fuck, EA? You know, like, I'm trying to help you guys. All right, so don't send 8. You don't need to. Just put one in a spy or put them in man coverage. At the most in the box, send 6. Okay, force them to block the tight end. You know, you don't need to send your entire defense every fucking play. You don't need to run commit. All right, so we're gonna run it just like this. The cornerbacks will set the edge. And now see how I freed the gap up where I wasn't cluttered. If I would have sent all the linebackers, he would have probably ran it for a touchdown. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all for a demonstration. See, by me not sending everybody, it freed up a lane for me to get through. Now I'm gonna show you what happens when you send everybody. Okay, if you send everybody like tra la 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 la, well, I'm gonna send everybody to come after you. Here's what's gonna happen. Your man's gonna get blocked. Usually he's gonna get yards eventually. Sometimes, because all it really takes is just one block touchdown. One block. See how these guys over here, this linebacker and this guy, they're crossing? That's a no-no. See how these dudes are crossing? That's a no-no. What's gonna happen is this gap's gonna free up. If I try to shoot this gap, who's defending it? Alright, that fullback's gonna come right up there and pancake your user. I'm just gonna show y'all just so that y'all know that blitzing all linebackers can be the death of you. Usually. Now, I got lucky there. Okay, if it was a smart fullback, he would have blocked me. Especially if they're ID in the mic or whatever. Like, just because this might be working right now, I assure you it's not gonna work in an actual game. Okay, I'm just showing y'all for the purpose, that right there. Okay, y'all don't want that shit to happen. Y'all might stop them 3 or 4 times, but on the 4th time they run that shit, and then they run it down 80 yards for a touchdown. Don't say I didn't tell you so. So what I'm just trying to do is I'm trying to show you guys the smart way to send a blitz or run blitz without getting yourself fucked up. Okay, so what you're probably going to do is you're going to probably just put this guy in a man. You're just going to need to blitz one of those linebackers and put the other in a spy. That's all you're going to need to really do. And just make sure you do not put him in there like that. So that's going to be your blitz. And it's basically going to, you know, prevent your guys from getting pancaked at the line. Okay. It'll be more consistent running it like that. So like, let's say we might want to spy him and blitz him and just put him in that gap and put him in man and then just press. See, it prevents them from getting the step up on you. Other ways that I defend this formation, usually I'll take the D-line and then I'll move them over towards the side where the fullback is. I'll block. And then I want to kind of get that engagement. Just bear with me. I'm trying to see who gets that engage. Come on. Stay right there. Just like that. And there you go. Just want to clog the gaps up without, you know, giving up the big play. Outside runs are a little bit different. Remember what I was telling you about baseline press, when to do it, when not to do it. I was playing a guy the other day. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Remember what I was telling y'all at the beginning of the year, please don't baseline press. Please don't, you know, don't do that against the passes. If you know they're passing, you can do it against under center formations. If you're not sure, under center formations will be your best bet unless it's like a spread. If it's a spread, don't do it. I'm just going to kind of show you when to do it. Let's see. Under center formations. Let's kind of go with this play that was kicking my ass the other day. See, some people, like, if they don't baseline press, you could probably beat them with the stretch in this formation. Now, if they do baseline press, you're basically taking that outside stretch away from them. And then you're still going to have to set up your D-line adjustments. So what I'll do is I'll set my D-line adjustment up. And I kind of don't want to get him blocked. So I'll put him over here. Now, usually I'm not going to want to... See how I didn't get blocked when I baseline press? That's a key to note. Now, if I'm on offense, there's a way to counter that. I'm going to kind of try to tell y'all everything so that you don't kind of be like spamming something thinking that it's going to work against everything, because everything you do, there's always going to be a counter. Okay, so when you baseline press, I don't think he did it. Baseline press. When you baseline press, let's say they take that receiver on the left and they go to the left and they decide, okay, he's baseline press. All you got to do to counter baseline press is just take that receiver, motion him out, and force that cornerback to get blocked. Okay, that's the counter to baseline press. Whereas if they don't do that, if they're not making their motions or any of that, and they're just staying like this expecting for it to work, then you can baseline press. And then you can kind of just be like, okay, I just want to send heat off both of the edges. Got them two guys playing, like I might be blitzing him and then put him in that, and then just kind of play the field for the most part. It'll look like that. Now those curl flats, as I was telling you earlier, they're very good against outside runs. Okay, so if he tries to run outside, y'all see how see how I'm getting in the backfield? Okay. Now there's actually another one. Trying to find one that's best suited. Usually I like to put my safeties in those curl flats. But for the most part, it's not going to let me. Just bear with me. Like, I'll re-blitz him. I'll have the curl flat. I might have like a man coverage on there. Or something like that, you know? As long as you got curl flats, you can stop the outside runs. Because they're not going to get blocked. You saw how that safety, don't mind that he broke the tackle. That's Josh Jacobs. He's a beast. But you saw how he didn't get blocked. Okay? That's the main thing for using the curl flats in the run game. Against people that like to spam outside runs, when you put him in a curl flat, he goes outside. It's harder for him to get blocked. Because you're forcing that tight end to go out, and what you're doing, he's setting the edge. He's forcing that running back to go outside the numbers before he cuts upfield. Okay? So it's just something that I thought y'all should see. Now we can reset the edge like that. Okay, and then just be like, okay, I want to blitz him, then baseline press. Okay, that's probably the best way to do it, is set your adjustments up first and then run it like that, and that's going to be your outside run defense. See how your safety doesn't really get blocked. Trying to show y'all some more, just bear with me. Now if they're going to run out of like gun formations, and I'm trying to keep these videos short, man. Like I get carried on, and I really apologize. But like I said, there's not really any videos out there of anyone putting a legitimate 4-3 defense up, you know. So like, I just kind of want to show y'all some things. When they come out in like heavy sets, like they say to go wing tight, wing pair. Really, you're gonna for the most part, it's gonna be it, like H wing, H tight, close slot. It's like all gonna be pretty much the same. Let's start off with the annoying run in I form close, because that's what y'all want to see. Same thing when they're in this formation. You're gonna have to baseline press, but at the same time, you have to respect the fact that they're probably gonna try to flip the play the glitchy way, okay? And what I mean is they'll flip the play and then they'll motion tight end over. So like if you're playing man coverage or whatever, they're gonna manipulate your dude to fucking teleport warp or whatever. I don't know if it still does that, but it has done that. Like I have seen people warp. All right, so same thing. If they're running the stretch, you're gonna do your DB adjustments first, then baseline press, okay? And you could take your D-line, you crash them out. And because we're pressing, this guy doesn't need to be on the edge anymore, okay? You put him in a curl flat. You make sure you got your curl flats on the field. Take your safety, put him in a curl flat, okay? Make sure we got the inside third. And then, just bear with me, and then make sure, because we're crashing out, we need somebody to come up the middle. Like that. So that's going to be your run defense. Okay, just like that against heavy sets. See how it just globs it up. Okay, you just got to get used to the adjustments. Remember, take your DBs, blitz, baseline, then press. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Get back out there. There we go. Remember, take the two inside guys, put them in curl flats, take him, put him in inside third, get on this guy as a user. If you want, you put him in a spy. So your run defense for outside runs would look like that. Just make sure you crash your D-line out. And that's how you play run defense. Okay. Show you one more time, okay? Because no one else is going to give you these type of defenses away for free, okay? Me, I will, because I kind of be looking out for y'all, and I know y'all quarantined at the house. A lot of y'all are out of work. I'm about to be out of work. I'm about to not have no money. Fucking cable companies calling me, wanting me to pay the bill, and I just don't have the money right now. So I'm kind of on limited borrowed time, I guess. And I figure I can show you these, you know, try to help y'all out a little bit. So make sure you adjust your CVs first. Okay, and then take him, put him in like an inside third, you know, if you think they're going to try to pass. Or you could put him in man coverage. You know, if you know it's a run, you can put him in man coverage. Because he's in man coverage, you will not need a spy. You just put like a curl flat. And I don't necessarily need to bring him into the box either. So we could put two guys in man, and then just user this guy. And then make sure we crash out with the D-line. And look at there. Bottles it up pretty good. Now, you are only going to use these adjustments if you know they're trying to run. Okay, a lot of people try to mix it up. For the most part, people don't. People use like 4 to 5 plays, you know, and I think for the most part that's going to go over the 4-3 over everything. You can pretty much stop out of it. There's other plays that I use, like the cover 3 cloud. But you pretty much, most of my defense is going to be basic, mostly user adjusted. The plays that I do use, I use the strong slant 3-2. I'll use the cover 3 cloud if I'm, you know, expecting them to do like a post route or anything like that. But let's kind of go over a review. I know some people that just joined the stream. I'm going to go over a review over everything that I just did, and I'm going to try to be fast with it, okay? So we'll go over it one more time. Start with the Mike Will Blitz. Any formation that is going to be effective against is going to be tight sets. Tight sets are usually empty sets. We go gun wing tight. Always crash first to the side that the running back is not on. Put both safeties in inside quarters and both corners in the curl flats. I mean soft squats, my bad. And then take your user, put him in a little soft zone, and then pass commit. Okay. Now he's probably going to run a screen, so it's on random, but we made sure that we took that off so that y'all can actually see it work. Okay, so quarter, soft squat, soft squat. Now you gotta practice to memorize that, okay? Because you gotta be fast. And pass commit will be the last thing. And there you go. One more time, just so you can see. Crash the D-line to the unblocked running back side. Put both safeties in quarters. Put both corners in soft squats, like that. Take your user. Really doesn't matter what he's in. And there you go. Okay, so that's going to be used against any basic one running back set. I'll kind of show you a couple more. And then an advanced technique is if they start trying to key in to that side and they think that blitz is coming, you're going to keep doing it, and then you're going to flip it at the last second. As soon as they move that guy over, they're not going to have enough time to move him back and reset their play. Okay, so you always have that ability to flip your play. Now when you flip your play, you're canceling all of your user adjustments out. I'm just giving you a heads up. Okay, so you got to be fast. Remember, take care of your safeties first. If you don't take care of any position, take care of your safeties first. Okay, because your safeties don't have the best man coverage 9 times out of 10. Put them in the deep quarter zones, you know, and that will protect you up the seams from one play touchdowns. Let me try to show you another formation. Works against spread, works against Trey Y. Usually people come out in this play. Let's say we go inside quarter, T-path, curl flat. Now remember how I showed you this a while ago. Okay, remember how I showed you this play. Put him like, I could put him in a quarter or inside third, it doesn't matter. Remember, we're gonna get inside this guy and press. Then we have the option of jumping back. Okay. Now, if you can't get to it fast enough, you can always take this guy and put him in a mid read. Put him in inside third, curl flat, deep half, something like that. Put him in a curl flat, and then get on him and press him. And there you go. Okay, so he's not really going to have many passing options against a human opponent. That's usually just going to be pretty much instant because they're not going to be able to read it fast enough. Same thing, cover 2. I'm going to show you all the cover 2s. Same formations. Trying to remember every one that we went over. Just bear with me. Spread, usually spreads and doubles is when I'll use the cover 2. So we'll just go, we'll go Y option. And I'm going to show you all the forms that we were using. The first form is we want to make sure the edge linebacker is on the running back side. This is the common one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to take this safety. He's going to blitz. And I'm going to put him in a deep half or a quarter. It really depends. Like if he's trying to do a press release, I'm just going to put him in a quarter. If I put him in the deep half, I need to back him up because he's going to get beat if I don't do that. Okay. Next thing, just like that, and then just pass commit. And there you go. So I'll show you again. Blitz him, put him in a deep half, and then back him up. You just got to get fast with it. And make sure you bring that safety down. And just cover that, and pretty much that's going to be your safety sack. It works against a lot of different formations. Most of the people that I play against, they don't really read it. They don't expect you to sit there and send the safety. Then by the time they start catching on to you sending the safety, you done send somebody else. I'm going to show you the other one. There's two more blitzes that we can do out of this from the zone coverage. You can actually do it in man coverage, but you still got to user adjust. Alright. So we're going to go back in the spread. I'm going to show you the other ones. Usually you want to blitz when they're trying to go deep. You don't want to blitz against short passes because then they're going to kind of dot you to death. Alright, so pay close attention to how I'm doing this, okay? I wonder, you know what? Let me try something. Let's say I run it like this. The A gap is still there. Just bear with me. So I could just take him and put him right here. Yeah, that one that actually works pretty good too. I don't have to make that adjustment on the other side of the field. I'm just looking at the various options. Because what that's going to do, if I do it like that, and then take him, put him in a deep half, and then back him up and then bring him over. I think I like this one a lot better. It's pretty much boom. Alright, so that's going to be your inside heat with the safety. Now I'm going to show you the various ways to get outside heat with a safety, okay? So we're still going to put him in the D path. And then back him up. Take D-line, move him over, crash right, spread your linebacker, contain, and that's going to free up this blitz to come through from this side. Alright, so that gets between the tackle and the guard. The other one gets between the guard and the center. So I'm going to show you again. Hold up, what did I just do? I got to get used to that adjustment right there. That one's a new adjustment that I just started adding. Wait till that tackle kicks out and then boom. Okay. Trying to see, is there any more? Trying to remember all of them. Bear with me. There's actually, you know what? You can get creative. Let's say we send him in the vertical hook and him over there in the curl flat like that. Okay, we can get creative with these things. And then we send them over like that, and then we take him, put him in a bluff blitz like that. See how we getting creative? We got a 4-man rush. Forcing interceptions. Look at there. Get the fuck out of me, bro. Really, that lineman's that fast? But y'all kind of get the idea, man. I really don't want to keep this video too long. Really, you gonna ask me if I had fun in practice mode? But did they just do that? Hey, like I said, I don't want to keep this video too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this stream as is and take what you can from it. If you learn anything, I'm glad that I helped you. If not, you know, just DM me if there's a specific thing that you need help with. I'm willing to help anybody. You know, I kind of want to give some love back to the 4-3 defense. A lot of people kind of shaming it for no reason, because they follow the copy paste generation. But I just want to kind of show you that any defense is viable as long as you know what you're doing. Okay. So, like I said, I'm gonna throw this out there, and then if y'all want to continue to watch, I'm about to start another stream up, and you know, just show your support, subscribe. It's tough times, you know. I'm about to be out of work. My Cash App is right there, you know, and I give free tips for the community, man. But in order for me to be able to keep doing this or whatever, you know, I gotta pay my internet bill from here and there. You know, not all of us are fortunate. You know, especially the small YouTube channels aren't as fortunate to have, you know, steady income. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all watching. You know, just show support if you can. Like, comment, and reach out to me. You know, I'll try to do my best to get back in touch with you, okay?